Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Apple report for Thursday, April 27th, 2023. Before I click through all the charts, I just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already. It does help us out a great deal in being found. And subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It'll help you in being notified each and every time new content has been uploaded to our Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. That includes the daily Tesla and daily Apple report and our occasional free stock pick that we put out on our YouTube channel. Also, check out wickedstocks.com if you haven't already. We offer a full assortment of daily and weekly videos as a subscription package. Includes 2 individual stock picks every week that you never see on YouTube, daily analysis in the Triple Q, daily analysis in the SPY, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, all for $47 a month. And if you subscribe and you don't like what you see, if you cancel within 5 days, your credit card is not charged. So let's jump to the charts. Just a reminder, back in January when we were testing longer-term support in the 120s, mentioning the lower 170s channel resistance as being in reach by some point in 23. And about a month later, we gapped and closed above that 134.69 channel top. That put us in the 3 to 5 month targeting category for the low 170s. And then about a month ago, we pushed through and finally settled above the upper 150s, low 160s. A lot going on there. But 160.49, that 5/8 Fibonacci that we tested quite a bit for a week and a half, closed above. And here we are, still in reach, actually, of 171.24 on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, it's 171.52. Still in reach of that area over the next week, 2 or 3. But we did have a short-term sell signal that did play out on Tuesday's close, as you know, 166.27. That is still a valid level. I have as a minor point only in deference to this new descending channel top that is at 165.21 today. That is our ceiling of resistance for the day, and below which the targeted 161.23 formation, which became a target actually on Tuesday's close, remains in reach below 165.21. So 165.21 has taken over as sort of our trend-defining resistance for the day and into later week, and below which over the next few days we can test 161.23. On the way down today, I've got 162.84 still. That intraday support did contain, Wednesday's lows pretty well. We slipped through it, of course, but it is a 5/8 downside Fibonacci just over the last couple of weeks, can contain intraday selling. And if we break or open today below 162.84, we should today actually test 161.23. Now, this meaningful channel bottom, 3-week channel structure, can contain selling through next week. And from here, we can, over the following 2 to 3 weeks, push on into the low 170s. So there you have it. In terms of the day trade, it is resistance at 165.21 to be sold. If we break 162.84, you're going short again down to 161.23. 161.23 is your profit-taking area on a short position and long entry, not only for the day, and not only for the 3 to 5 day upside swing trade, but also really for the 2 to 3 week position trade that I just outlined. 161.23 base of meaningful support. I don't want to overemphasize it, but it can contain selling through next week, and a lot can happen between now and then. It would be, FYI, a settlement of above 165.21 or some variation of this channel top. And I say some variation because if we violate the trend line upon which it's based today, it gets reconstructed. It'll be completely different structure as we come into Friday. But in any event, if we close today, that is Thursday, above 165.21, that is an upside buy signal. There is no other type, right? Upside buy signal. That is a sign of follow-through buying. Not just on let's just call it a 3 to 5 day buy signal. Now, whether we can push into the low 170s within 3 to 5 days is another question altogether. There will be some minor levels on the way up. 167.63 is the high settlement price from about a week ago. That could give the market trouble for a day or so forth and so on. And I'll just also remind you, I have 169.80 as our 1% of 171.52. 171.52 is once again this long-term channel top. So when we pushed within 1% of it, 169.80, we are in the zone for profit taking on a long position. You may have bought, the 170, 172 out of the money calls over the last few months, over the last few weeks. Either way, it is an area to take profits and perhaps consider going short. So if we push into the low 170s, and you'll be watching this on a day-to-day basis, if we push into the low 170s over the next couple of weeks, there will be some variation of this channel structure in the low 160s, maybe mid 160s by then. That would be sort of, and we'll just cover it at that time. But right now, it would be buying, say, low 160s out of the money puts if we were to test the low 170s right now, but that's not going to happen. Let's talk downside today. If we do close below 161.23, that would be a meaningful sell signal, at least through next week. I would expect within 1 to 2 weeks, 3 at the very most, probably more like 2 weeks, 152.90. This is a respectable channel bottom in its own right. It is based on this February high, so it goes back several months. We can bottom out on a monthly basis here, turn back up into the low 170s perhaps within 3 to 5 weeks of doing so. Potentially, we could fall all the way to 142.40, but I don't expect to see this level here until we've actually tested. And to say that I expect it is a stretch, but in terms of allow for this 142.40 channel bottom until or unless we actually test this long-term resistance. Once this area is tested, you do need to make way for a meaningful correction that can play out not just for, the next week or two down to low 160s, not just the next month or two into the low 150s, but over the next several months, 3 to 5 months, into the lower 140s. So that would be, and it is stair step. It's really difficult for me to say if we close below 161.23, you should make way for 142.40. I think this is a bit of a stretch right now. Anything else to say? I'm going to say no. I'm going to leave it at that for the day. I'm going to leave you with this chart. This is the one that speaks to the day itself. And I'll be back tomorrow with Friday's Apple Report. Please click like, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. You have a great evening.